and it's claimed there aren't enough trams, trains and buses scheduled to meet demand.
About 300,000 people are expected to flock to celebrations in the city tomorrow night. Public transport advocates say trams and trains just won't cope.
The state government is only putting on extra services after the fireworks that will cater for about 60,000 of those.
The association says 24-hour services would be appropriate. The state government says that option is too expensive.
What a debacle. New Year's revellers left stranded in the city as our public transport system fails to deliver. But first, Melbourne's New Year's Eve public transport debacle.
Perched precariously on platforms and crammed into carriages, that's how thousands of partygoers, including families with small children, were left to welcome in the new year. These exclusive pictures, recorded by an amateur cameraman, caught up in the mayhem. It was a similar debacle for tram travellers. Many left stationary as passengers refused to remove themselves from overcrowded doorways. The Public Transport Users Association critical of the state government's decision not to run an all-night service to deal with the demand equal to a normal peak hour.
Every major city in Australia actually ran transport all night last night. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to.
Despite the evidence, Acting Premier John Thwaites was adamant the system coped well.
In the face of mounting criticism, the state government is continuing to defend the public transport crush for New Year revellers.
Lord Mayor John Sow demanding the government fix the problem next year.
The state government has refused to guarantee 24-hour transport for New Year's Eve revellers, despite yesterday's debacle which left thousands stranded.
The government is under continuing pressure to offer more public transport on New Year's Eve. Flinders Street station overflowed with people when trains stopped running at 1:30.
Despite the video evidence first aired on 7 News showing thousands of stranded commuters stuck at Melbourne's train stations, the government's still in denial but has promised a review.
We believe it was a very good night, it was a great night, people had a good time.
What about just saying it was a fiasco, it was a mistake, and they will fix it in time for next year?
Organisers say advice was ignored.
You didn't need a crystal ball to see this coming. 300,000 people cannot fit into transport provided for 60,000.
Under the agreement, the companies will have to provide an extra 100 staff for Melbourne's trains and an additional 50 for trams during peak hours and at night. There will also be increased security patrols and all-night train services on New Year's Eve, with tram services to run until 2 a.m.
On the upside, the government has increased public transport services. Trains will run right through the night and trams will continue until 2 a.m.
Last year they might have got 2 out of 10. This year I think we'd give them 8 out of 10.
Nick Etchells, 7 News.